Hey everybody, this is DJ at 701 Cycle and Sport here with another Mechanic Monday. Today we're going to be talking about gravel bars, flared or not flared. Who should be riding with flared bars, why you might not want to use flare bars, and where they came from just in general. There's a lot of, not controversy, but opinions out there about are they helpful, are they not? So I'm just going to go over a quick couple of things to consider, maybe if you're looking at a new handlebar for your gravel bike, and which one would be best for you. So the main thing that differentiates a gravel bar from a road bar is going to be the amount of flare, as you see on the screen here. That's this measurement from that center line of the edge of your bar, how much it flares out. You can get varying degrees, anywhere from 0 on a traditional road bike to 4, 10, 24 degrees. I know Salsa makes some really wide flare bars. And then the other thing that will change as you get more flare out, the drop can also change as well. Typically, if you have a wider, more flared bar, the drop will be less to the drops of the handlebar, and that's just to accommodate for the reach. Because the reach will change the wider you go and the more flare you go, so you don't want your drop going really deep. You want it nice and shallow. So where did this come from? Why is it a new trend? Essentially, we have a bunch of mountain bikers who are interested in getting into road biking, but they don't like being on the road with vehicles, so we got the gravel bike. Here we have two different versions, one from Specialized, one from Lauf. And mountain bikers really like their wide bars. They're getting wider and wider and wider every year. It's good in some respects. It's not for everybody. There's a couple of things we could talk about on that in another video on bar width. But what a wider bar gives you and more flare on your handlebars is more control. So when you're on a gravel road versus a paved road, you have a lot of varying terrain, rocks here and there. It's not smooth like a road. So you want to have something that gives you a bit more stability and control and confidence as you're going down the gravel road, especially at those higher speeds on the descents. Road bikes with no flare, deep drops, it makes for a much tighter cockpit and much more aerodynamic. It's really good for racing, but when you start going downhill on the gravel that's really loose and sketchy, it's not as confidence inspiring as if you have a nice wide gravel bar with a flare on it. Like I just said though, with a road bar, it is much more compact and aerodynamic. So there are some gravel cyclists, especially the racers out there, who really don't like the flares, mostly because your aerodynamics go down a little. I don't know if it's that big of a difference, but people do think it's enough to not want the flare. Also, the hand position's a little bit different. If you come from road biking, that flare is a bit uncomfortable and you're not used to having that angle compared to the tight road bar. Mountain bikers are used to this. We come from a flat bar right here to a road bike. It feels weird. So the flare kind of helps that transition as well, coming off a mountain bike onto gravel. So essentially, the decision comes down to what type of gravel riding are you going to be doing? Are you going to be racing? Are you going to be bike packing, just exploring your gravel roads around the county? Are you doing a little bit of both? There's a middle ground and there's extremes. So if you're racing and your gravel bike, like Jairo's here, this Diverge, he's primarily just racing. He's not doing a whole lot of adventuring, group rides, whatever. He wants to go fast all the time. So he is concerned about aerodynamics. He wants to be efficient and in a good position to cut down the wind drag. That's why he doesn't have any flare on his bars. He likes it that way for that reason. My bike, these are the bars that came with it. I would be open to going narrower, less flare, but I kind of like the flare because I do mountain bike more often and I like the position on the hoods a little bit more. And I also do more than just racing on this bike. I do go on group rides. I like to adventure and explore a little bit. So I'm not as concerned about being in that super aero position, cutting down as much drag as possible. And I find that I can still keep up with Jairo on these road bars. So it's not a huge deal to me. He might argue that, but that's my opinion. So I'd love to hear if you guys think that's helpful, if that makes sense to you, if you have any questions about more in-depth reasons on going flared or not flared, put those comments and questions down below. And I hope you found this helpful. Make sure you give it a like, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.